This has not been shown ever before.
This is a world first. I mean, up until now, that's the other thing, you know, we're sitting there this day and you know, the only thing you've ever seen are these blurry images of from someone's cell phone from 100 meters away of the uncontacted tribes. And we're sitting there with, you know, 800 millimeters with a 2x teleconverter and, you know, R5s. And so this is, as we're looking through the farms, anticipating the tribe coming. I'll put a little bit of volume so you can hear it. And then you can see this is the moment. This is us running when they're like, they're out. They're coming down the beach. Yeah. We're just...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You see how many thousands of butterflies. But look at the way they move. Look at the way they point. Look at him with his bow.
Wow. They're trying to figure out what they're looking at.
And they didn't know what the cameras are there. So this was the guys looking out the back. So he's going, there's something back here. He could hear the women in the farm. And I'm looking in every direction because I'm going, which way is the arrow coming from? But see, he has his shotgun. This is just like a farm shotgun. Even if he shot it, you have to use a stick to bang out the shell. But see, as they come closer, they start laying down their... See, he's laying down his bow and arrow. They understand. No mole.
So these are warriors, and the way they were at first moving, it really looked like they're ready for violence. And now they're all standing in a relaxed...
Yeah.
And smiling? Are they smiling?
Smiles come at some point. I would say that one of these guys seemed like in a leadership position. He did most of the talking.
What's with the different hand gestures? The holding your hand up to the face. All of this means something.
All of this means something. Some had red smeared on their faces. Some had yellow.
Did you have a sense of hierarchy at all? Like the boss?
Again, there was just these two dominant guys, and like this guy and one other guy who looked almost like him, like his brother.
Yeah.
A lot of gesturing.
Wow. This is incredible, Paul.
Yeah. You see the rope.
Yeah.
Some of that rope is...
Yeah, I can kind of tell who the bosses are.
Right? All right, so a few of the... But see, even that, as he's pointing, we're going, what are you pointing at?
You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. Oh.
You see as though they're rushing in, there's this desperation. They're hungry.
Is that in the water? Is that Rommel in the water?
In this particular video, it's a guy named Liner. But like, see these guys, they're fighting over it. It's not that we're all going to share it later. It's, I get mine, you get yours. And so what does that mean?
Yeah. But here they're in peaceful mode. For
Now,
sure.
after we'd given them several boatloads of bananas, things did calm down. Rommel said to them, you know, look, we've given you what we can give you. We gave you sugarcane. We gave you boatloads of plantains. And so then there came a time where things were a little more relaxed. They were walking around. We were, at one point we had a great moment where we'd given them the plantains, we'd given them the bananas, and he'd said, look, that's it. He said, we've given you what you asked for. You asked for bananas. We don't cut the trees here. All of us here are not tree cutters. We're indigenous people, and he couldn't explain who the hell we were, but they were like, we don't cut the trees. We're not the loggers. And they're like, okay. So then at some point, you know, Ignacio went out and like sort of like started, you know, he'd go like this and they'd go like this, and you know, he'd like dance a little bit, they danced a little bit, and then there was this very human moment of just sort of joking.
So even Ignacio warmed up.
Once he realized it didn't seem like anyone was going to die that day, things did calm down. It was a false sense of security. Here, I'll show you. There's a couple more things that are relevant here, though. Yeah, this is just them interacting with the boat.
This is truly incredible, man.
But then they don't have boats. They don't have stone tools. They don't. Imagine if you showed them ice. You know, they wouldn't.
This is historic.
I mean, it's the. I mean, you hear Percy Fawcett encountering the tribes. We've heard of anecdotal accounts of the tribes. This is the first time that the tribes have been filmed, that we can hear their voices, that there's a documented interaction happening. I mean, this now, look how comfortable he's getting. He's so close. They asked him for his shirt. He gave his shirt.
Incredible.
They asked him for his pants. He gave his pants. He was in his underwear.
Yep.
You see the shirt that's over his shoulder. Ignacio took off his Jungle Keeper shirt and threw it to the anthropologist, and then the anthropologist walked it off and threw it to them. So over the shoulder of that uncontacted naked warrior is a Jungle Keeper shirt with the logo showing. So they're like their
great.
second shirt.
You just upgraded that guy's status in the tribe. He's gonna be the new boss with that shirt.
He's got a dope ass polo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't even have to order it. But yeah, this is in like the aftermath when things were calm. And then my sort of moment with this that really stuck with me was when Rommel said to me, he said, they're asking about you. And I said, what are they asking? I said, me? And he goes, yeah, they're asking about you. And, again, I'm not tall, but compared to the people in the village, I was a little bit taller and big shoulders. And they said, you look like a warrior. He said, could you come forward? He said, show them that you don't mean any harm. He said, show them your palms. And so he pulled me up onto the beach. And this was right before they left. But see, I hold up my hands, listen. And they sang back. Está cantando. They're singing. They raise their hands, I raise my hands.
Wow.
Voy a cantar.
And then we were left with watching them walk off the beach into the jungle with everything that we'd given them. And they were gone. And so we went downriver the next day, and the community said to us, okay, now you understand this is real. This is terrifying. You felt that fear. You have a duty, if you're going to protect this river, to protect us from them and to help us figure out what future they want. If they want to come to us, if they want to learn farming, whatever it is, that's fine. But they were like, we need protection from you guys. And then in this video in the beginning, I'm sort of narrating to the camera and walking around right as they're coming up the beach. But you see this guy right there in the blue shirt.
Mm-hmm.
That's George. And he was very friendly, very confident with this. He said, don't be scared. They're not going to hurt us. And the next day we went back to town, long journey back to town. Go to sleep. We wake up in the morning and we find out that the following early morning, our friends in the community had said, okay, the tribe is gone. We gave them all the things they wanted. We gave them sugarcane, bananas. We said, please come back. You're welcome here anytime. And George was driving a boat and there was people on the boat. And as they were going upriver, the tribe, 200 of the tribe ran out, surrounded the boat, and they started firing arrows, and everybody else could hit the deck and get under the benches and hide behind bags of rice. George was driving and he was leaning back as he's driving. He's driving as fast as he can, and one arrow came in just above his scapula and came out by his belly button. And so he had that 7-foot arrow tip through him. And so they pulled him out. And I saw the boat afterward, and there was just, horrific amounts of blood all over the boat. And he had to be medevaced out, and somehow he lived. And we were able to help getting him a helicopter, getting him evac'd, all this. But again, you just go, these people came out of the jungle and they asked for bananas. We gave them bananas, and we, in every way possible, said we mean peace. We want friendship with you. And then the next day, they attacked.
What do you think happened? Why do you think their mind turned? Or maybe this has to do with the role of violence in their society. Maybe it's so integrated into how they interact with the world that they don't even see that as a fundamental shift in the interaction?
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. And the only thing I can think is that the way they hid the women from us, you don't know, for them, maybe we're not allowed to see their women, or because the one thing that we got was that as George's boat and this other boat were going upriver, which is how they live. It's not like they were doing anything wrong. These people live in a community days into the Amazon. They were going fishing. And so they came around a bend, and I think they spooked the tribe. The tribe might have just acted defensively and said, we don't know who this is. The motors could have set them off. We don't know. They shot him. And then the other thing is the thing with the necklace. I've asked anthropologists about this, and their answer was that at this point, they said, you know more than we do. But that.
Yeah.
Because two of them had the exact same item around their necks. And it seems to be a Brazil nut and then some sort of casing around the side. And it looked like animal teeth positioned in there. And it's like, what are you carrying? Are you carrying medicine? Are you carrying some sort of a totem? But both of them, and it's not a comfortable thing to wear around your neck, a grapefruit sized bigger.
Do you have a sense that that's a container, or is it just like a totem?
It seems like a container. They didn't let it get wet. They cared for it. The guy in this picture, so he's got this is a piece of tree fiber that he has it on, and then he's gotten his hands on Brazil nut sacks, plastic sacks from one of the farms across the river. And so they take, and one of them got a machete, and he was walking as they were leaving. Again, during that period where it got friendly, he was leaving and he had the machete and he was playing with the machete and like swinging it at butterflies. And one of my friends, this guy Bacho, he goes, déjame machete. He was like, drop the machete. And the guy just looked at him and was like, yeah, come and get it. I was like, yeah, you cross the river and see what happens.
Do you think he figured out, or they later figured out how to use a machete?
Oh, they know machete.
They understand machete.
Yeah. They do raids for machetes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They understand the power of a sharpened metal.
It's a Excalibur sword to them, But yeah, that one has stuck with me because I go, what were they carrying in there?
So what are some of the questions? Like, if you can know everything you'd want to know about them. So maybe in the space of communication and language, that's really interesting. You mentioned that there's all kinds of calls, animal calls. So they obviously know how to fake animal calls.
Yeah, they can use animal calls with enough complexity that they can do basic commands. So they can speak in Capuchin. They use Tinamu calls. Some of our rangers were upriver a few months ago. This is long after this. This is recently. Just recently, they were upriver and they found a trail, let's say Nomole Trail, a Mashkopiro Trail, and it was Ignacio, of course. And he made there's like a secret whistle they do, this mouth, and he whistled out into the jungle, and he was listening, and they whistled back. And so him and everybody on the team just ran back to the boat and got out of there. But it was like, at least they answered. They didn't just shoot. He whistled, they whistled, and they said, out. And he got out.
Nah, nope, you are not my equal, I'm in a different league. All these foreigns on the block move at a different speed. We the people, you just a sheeple and you're not too sharp. You don't get the point like Steeple. Led astray baptisms by the water while I'm stacking my truths. You just got fed to the border. This is diabolical. As another false prophet trying to profit off the people. I'm beat the first act, so I'm wondering who financed the sequel. Clever with my moves, I see right through you. You a lie in disguise, that's not even voodoo. Jealous? The last face I wanna see in my rear view is you. Sell it, let him tell it, he's the public's proof. He's the relic, no public presentations, poof. You don't smell it, I call it out, I tell it. It's diabolical, he's a zealot. No reservations needed, clearances ain't a thing. I'm the conductor of the symphony, he's just pulling strings. This is diabolical. Sell it, he's the public's proof, let him tell it. Keep my name off your lips, unless you en route. But I doubt you really wanna chase this clout. Just another puppet's caught in a bout. Like a dark cloud lurking, I'm stirring the doubt. Doing creators work, got the streets in a drought. And I ain't gonna stop until we get some peace in this house. This is diabolical. Yo, she was zealous. Whispers echo in the dark where the real ones dwell. They doubt every word while I cast a spell. Sketching vivid frames while they paint in gray. Real recognize real, lead the way to play. From the corner where I'm molded, stakes are set high. Chasing dreams through the scheme, watch my vision fly. I spit it, I live it, it's engraved in my soul. Glance into the mirror, now the world takes a toll. This is diabolical. Check the pulse of these streets where the real reside. Stories etched in struggle, I'm the voice of the pride. Trust is currency seized, I'm cashing in wise. While they dance with the flames, I'm the spark in the sky. Pay me the feeling, now I rise from the ashes. Every ball that I drop, watch the falsehoods crash. Illuminate the lives like the dawn on the coast. I'm the voice of the lost, I don't fear to boast. Came from the gutter, now my vision's so clear. Climb the ladder of doubt, shedding countless fears. They could throw all the shade, but I weather the storms in this jungle of concrete where the spirit transforms. Choose a weapon I wield, cutting deep through the lies while they lost in the glamour. I aim for the prize, I send your doubts my way. They just fuel my fire. I'm a phoenix in this booth, in the truth, one side life.